Hey guys, Tyro here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Gleize Breakout. Playing for you today is Stone Tiger Giap. Playing for OKW, spawning here in the south. Usually you don't see OKW on this map much. One of the most common vetoes for Axis. A lot of garrisons, and they have a lot of trouble clearing those garrisons. Especially without scavenge in his loadout. As you can see, it doesn't have scavenge. It's got breakthrough, Luftwaffe, ground forces, and spec ops. May use spec ops for the infiltration grenades, but we'll have to wait and see. Spawning in the north, playing for Soviet Union is Hama. His loadout is guard rifle, combined arms, guard motor coordination, and terror tactics. A couple howitzers combined with a trusty guard motor. Both these players really highly ranked. I believe Storm Tiger Giap is top 20 every faction, and Hama is top 30 every faction. So two of the top players, both from Asia. I think Giap's from Vietnam and Hama is from Korea, I believe. And actually, Giap's probably going to be playing in my upcoming tournament in a week and a half's time, or a bit less than that, actually, a week's time, as of recording. 22nd of August. Keep an eye out for those replays. Well, see first engagement going on. Usually you want to keep control of this garrison at all costs. It's got lots of windows in pretty much every direction. As you can see, very key to hold on to this one. If your opponent gets hold of it from the south, they can pretty much lock down this whole sector here, especially make it very troublesome for you to hold on to your munitions point. So good to see Hama locking that down. Now engaged in a slugfest against these guys in this garrison. Interesting to see him cycle some troops in and out there, using his wounded squad to now do some capping. We'll keep all five of those guys from this side firing. So I suppose that's the play there. And we see he's actually off to a pretty good start. Yep, all things considered. Very defensive battle group there in his base. And just really trying to hold on to these garrisons here in the centre, which is a good idea. As for Gleize, usually, you know, maybe things have swung slightly towards the other side now. The Molotovs are nerfed. Molotovs were always a big boon for Soviets on this map, and now that the flame crits have been removed, maybe Axis forces stand a chance once more on this map. We can actually see that Giap's actually holding onto a large amount of the map, but they may be about to turn in the other direction now. Skaka on the field from Hama. And there's the flamethrower. The squad's going to have to retreat. Quite a long retreat path for them now as well. They were very deep into Hama's territory. Mine there. Oh, look at that. He just stops in the nick of time there. He saw that being planted in. I swear that wheel was half on the front, the leaning part of that mine there. That was crazy. Oh, what? Oh, that is just too lucky. That is just way too lucky. Oh my god. Runs over it, gets abandoned crit, and now he's going to back it into base. Incredible luck there from Hama. I can't believe that. I believe Giap's not actually pronounced Giap, it's more like Giap. I listened to pronunciation on a Vietnamese pronunciation website, and I heard it from 3 different people, and it all sounded different from all 3 different pronunciation, so I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce it. Should probably sort that out before the tournament starts. Well, we see the scout cars back online. It's only got 2 men left in that flamer squad though, so it's going to be very slow to repair if he has to get out and try to repair it with that 2-man squad. It's going to come around, try to get a flank on this. May have spotted that Rekenwe for getting into position there, and that's why he's not advancing any further. So overall, Hama hasn't seen much utility out of his scout car. Pretty much done nothing this game so far, and Giap is defending against it quite effectively. He's got his Shrek and Rekenwe here, so runs into those two, it's going to be dead in the blink of an eye. Just trying to poke it maybe around this corner here, try to get some flame kills going. We actually see that Giap's doing a pretty good job here, just concentrating on his forces, not sending any lone squads out by themselves, which would be very vulnerable to the scout car. And it's definitely shutting down the utility of the scout car. Now he's actually going to go do some capping with it, and that's probably the best idea at the moment. It's a very early COH2 going down from Giap in this position. It's going to cover his munitions, and well, that's about it really. That's all it really needs to cover though, in a reasonably defensive position. As you can see, there is a hill here, so it's very hard to shoot from the other side of that hill. So it's actually more well defended than it looks. Tier 3 going down from Hama. And he doesn't have much manpower in the bank, having gone for shock troops, so I'd be surprised if we see the quad mount. Maybe thinking T70. He's got quite a lot of... He's not too far away from the T70's fuel, so he could be going T70, which is a good option if you're low on manpower and higher in fuel. Even though the quad mount is extremely strong at the moment, T70 is also a rock solid choice. You're a bit low on the manpower side and maybe a bit late for your tech. We have to see how Hama swings it. It does have enough munitions in the bank to upgrade for the quad, so still has options if he wants to try to save up his manpower for the next minute or so. Shock troops getting to close range here, and it looks like Scout Car's going to try to catch them on retreat. Roasting away there. They're quite low, quite vulnerable to these flame crits. Below 50% health on pretty much every model, I imagine. Big push coming in from here from Hama. He's blasting away at this Rekenwe, but that probably needs to retreat. The squad. Oh, just a max range. The 50 cal takes it down. And he does clear that Rekenwe, so he should probably steal that with one of these conscript squads. And now the tables have turned. Seems like Hama has made a nice push. And he is indeed going for the T70. So Hama's maybe in a slightly more commanding position now, and needs to do something about this Rekenwe though. He can't allow that to fall back into Giap's hands. And now we see that Giap has gone for Luftwaffe ground forces and fielded himself at MG34. So we'll have the option of Fallschirmjäger, so no infiltration grenades to help with these garrisons. Maybe thinking infantry support gun, which actually would be a pretty good idea. You could probably sit around here under the cover of his COH2 and blast away at most of these garrisons here in the city. And he does have quite a lot of manpower floating at the moment, so that's probably what I would suggest to do right now. He may be thinking Luke's, but Luke's will lose in a 1 versus 1 against T70. T70 has a superior gun. penetrate much more consistently against the Lukes. So the fast Lukes may not be the best play, but it's coming up nonetheless. Of course, with Shrek support, that will turn the tide to the Lukes' favour. Sweepers on the job for Giap, making sure he's not going to run into any nasty traps on Hama's side of the map. Hama has gone for terror tactics, by the way. He's actually gone for the, I like this doctrine, I mean this bulletin, the shock troop suppression bulletin. I actually run 2 of those in my own loadout. Scout car gets caught by the Lukes and is going to get taken down. Engineering squad, it's got a nasty retreat path as well. That also gets wiped by the Lukes, or maybe any number of these squads here. Lukes now pumping away at this squad in the garrison. Do we see AT grenades? No, not yet. And not researching them either. Here comes the Lukes. And abandoned Rakenworth is still sitting down here. Looks like the combat engineer is going to try to crew that and turn it against the Lukes. In comes T-70. Fails to penetrate on that shot, and that shot misses. Rakenworth from the side. I mean, Shrek squad from the side. But they missed their first rocket and decide to retreat. Don't want to risk losing that. Sorry.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
If we look at the victory points, you see pretty much even after Giap's strong start. Hama's turned the tide. That being said, Giap seems to have pretty slightly more of the standard resources points under his control. Just ever so slightly.
Engineer standing by.
Of course, this munitions point isn't captured by Hama. Looks like SU-76 is going to be the follow-up for Hama. Wants to have a slightly better counter to the Panzer II. And also give him access to the barrage, which may be good against Giap's infantry forces and team weapons.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
Looks like Giap is going to be setting up a triple cap shortly. So we'll have to see what Hama does to try and repel that. Looks like he's sending his vehicles to the left and shot troops and combat engineers to the centre. No, T-70s comes to the centre as well. Opening up on the Shrek squad. They're taking cover behind this wall. Should be able to sit there for quite a while. SU-76 having trouble firing uphill. Another wonderful feature of this map. That hill in the centre, making it very tough to fire over it. T-70 now switching, trying to find a vulnerable squad. Switching out of the way. He's going to actually repair that first, which is a good idea because there is a Rakenworth sitting here waiting to ambush any vehicles that arrive. Interestingly enough, he's actually going to try barrage the Shrek HQ. Maybe a bit of a waste of a barrage in my opinion. I'm not going to do that much damage to it. And here you can see the wonderful feature of the Shrek HQ can actually fire a little bit further than its AoE indicates. Stone Rakenworth supporting these conscripts trying to push out along the right. Oh, look at these two Shrek squads. They can't hit the broadside of a barn. This T-70's right in front of them. Oh, and Rakenworth from the side, and Shrek does finally connect. That T-70's lucky to escape with his life. Luke's is coming in for the follow-up. T-70's getting caught on the side of the building. Bad pathing, and now is the SU-76 going to block it? No. Oh, that was close. That was really close to death. SU-76 stops for a second. Shrek squad's still on the chase. Oh, that was close. They almost scattered and hit the T-70 on the scatter. And wow, we can actually hit this HQ from outside of the bunkers range. Here comes a barrage, and squad's decide to retreat. Nicely done there. Squad looks like it's been forgotten about. Another squad of combat engineers coming on the field, and actually that's good because he lost his combat engineering squad. I don't know when that happened. He looks like they died over here. Coming on the field to repair the T-70. We're going to jump in this garrison here, which is a decent spot for it. And I suppose that is one thing going for the OKW on this map. They can use their Kinwerfer in the garrisons.
We have mine detectors.
We have it. Now we can walk with confidence.
Squad replenished.
So I think Giap's navigated the early part of this matchup pretty well. Usually that's when Soviets have the largest advantage during the early game. And he's managed to get out with actually a slight victory point advantage. But Hama does have the ML20 in his loadout, so once he gets to the 8 command points, we could see another swing back into Hama's favour. A few barrages on these HQs could easily swing the game back in Hama's favour. And it's not like he's lost his light vehicles yet. Still all on the field. Big push coming in here from Giap on the side. Got the quad mount now, and late quad mount, which is interesting to see from Hama. Gonna try to suppress all these Shrek squads. We have AT grenades? Yes, we do have AT grenades now from Hama, so that looks going to have to be careful. Going to require one AT grenade to damage that engine. Again, we've gone jump into this church here, that's interesting. Do see ISG now from Giap, so that's blasting away at all these infantry troops. Uh-oh! T-70 on the chase. Quad mount, oh man, these are just tearing up all of Giap's forces, look at this! Oh, 2 Shrek squads down. Shrek on the ground. Is this Stern Pioneer gonna also go down? Luke tries to repel that T-70 and is successful, but that was a huge engagement for Hama. Taking down 2 Shrek squads, and these conscripts going to gain that Panzer Shrek. Looks like it. ISG barraging the church, getting that Kinwerfer extremely low on health, so he's actually going to retreat that rather than just reinforcing it with his half track. Camouflage for Kinwerfer trying to ambush this T-70. If he had deployed it in this direction, he may have actually been able to get the kill there. Maybe the T-70 has just enough health to survive one more Kinwerfer shot. I think it's slightly above 50% there. T-70 does have 320 health, it's just 2 Kinwerfer shells, but if you use the self-repair, you can actually survive 2. So just a small trick there for the T-70 usage. Quite expensive trick though.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Panzer 4 on the field for Giap, so it's going to cause a few issues for Hama. Does have the SU-76, but doesn't have a turret, so quite vulnerable to a flank. Luckily Hama's got all of his conscripts here ready to blast with maximum AT grenades.
Sector under attack. Heavy 8 flamethrower tanks
And
are
this
now
Rickenworth
available
has
to
been
burn the German
healed up and
tanks.
reinforced in the base, so he needs to get that on the front lines to help defend against this Panzer. Panzer 4.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Oh, is this MG34 in the garrison going to go down with the quad mount? Yep, down it goes. P4 charges right into the Su-76's arc of fire. And oh man, that's blasting away at long range.
We have an isolated sector. Under fire.
Taking advantage of its superior range over
Territory.
Yap's
You're as ready as we
tanks.
can be.
Looks like they're going to try a slightly different angle of approach. They're actually going to come in while the Su-76 is barraging the church. Su-76 stops its barrage, but shell hits the wall there. Oh, this Panzer IV is taking a pounding, but he's going to get baited right into that Rickenwerfer there. Nicely done by Giap there. Down goes the Su-76. It looks like he's banked up enough manpower now for email 20, so that may be his next play. Has built another Su-76 though, in the meantime. Fallschirmjäger deployed here from Giap, so that could snare the Su-76 if it tries to chase down this Lux. T-70 and Su-76 teaming up on the Panzer II. Oh, and down it goes. Nicely done there by Hama. P4 has completed repairs, ready to return to the front lines. Hama's really starting to hurt in the victory point department, down to 210 to Giap's 421, suffering a triple cap at the moment. So Hama really needs to make a breakthrough move now if he wants to stay in this game. Looks like he's side-ticking to tier 2, perhaps going for an AT gun.
The new men have arrived.
Whoa, wow. Fallschirmjäger quickly chased off there, and they're very expensive to reinforce, so costly play there for, yep. T-70 at long range against this Rickenwerfer. It's around the corner though. Safety. Uh-oh, shock troop squad on retreat here. Could go down to P4. No. Oh, T-70 gets abandoned there. Takes a Rickenwerfer on its retreat path. Conscripts Uran to try and regather it. What was that? I think I heard a plane being shot down. Is that an IL-2 bombing run?
Anti-tank gun is ready for action.
Oh, I mean, he bombed something. I completely missed that. Whoops. It's still early in the morning here.
Engineers ready for assignment.
Caught under fire from this Rickenwerfer, but what's more, that hill causing a few issues for projectiles. Should be able to land on it from here. Uh-oh, Hama is slow to react. He may lose it. There it goes.
IL-2 ready and loaded to bring destruction.
Did manage to cap this VP here on the left with those conscripts. Still hasn't gone for a howitzer yet. Did go for an AT gun though, so that should be able to Keep the Panzer IV at bay. Wonder what Giap will go for next. Could go for another Panzer IV, I suppose. Wouldn't be a bad idea, really.
Awaiting command.
C-76 having a few issues trying to get his shells over this garrison. He's actually going to destroy it. Yeah, he is indeed trying to barrage over their garrison. And that's a bit of a shame because that was working quite well for his Raken with it. Now he doesn't have anything to put that in. Any garrisons to put that in. So this is quite a bit of anti-tank for Hama. 2 AT guns, and he's got a Shrek on one of his conscript squads. He's got AT grenades, so he's got enough to deal with one Panzer IV, that's for certain. Giap's now floating up a bit. Maybe just weighing his options. He knows he's ahead. Maybe trying to see what Hama does next and trying to counter that.
Machine gun opened up. This now belongs to the people and workers of the Soviet. We are bleeding, comrade.
C-76 barraging there at the MG-34, forcing it to retreat, and that should open up the path for Hama's troops to recap the centre. At the same time, P4 here on the left going to shut down these conscripts, push for the left VP. Can't really chase though, there's this mine here on retreat, so doesn't want to overextend his P4 and risk it going down. There's a shoe mine here actually.
You are showing weakness. We are down to 75
Oh,
points.
and mine back here, that's actually quite a good spot for a mine. If we had placed it here, it probably would have been swept by now, but back there, still similarly effective, but slightly less likely to be swept, so nice mine placement there from Hama. Conscripts desperately trying to cap the centre VP. Some sandbags going up down here, so it looks like Hama's going to try set up shop on these two VPs and try and get his way, to grind his way back into this game.
Sector is at risk.
See, Giap's going for a flank here. Trying to cap this VP right outside, on standard resource point rather, right outside
Supply lines have been cut.
Hama's base. Quickly chased away by conscripts, and here comes T-70. Try and bleed these squads a bit. Force them to retreat in fact. Oh, shoe mine. Doesn't do too much to the conscripts. Fallschirmjäger though. Is that a fresh squad? No, same squad. Oh, under siege from the SU-76 though. Blasting away at that garrison. Still, Hama is managing to keep control of this centre VP. And that's all he really needs to do at the moment. He just needs to buy some more time. We do see obers actually from Giap, and that's a bit of a surprise. He's banking up quite a bit of fuel, maybe thinking he can save for a King Tiger, and King Tiger's pretty good on this map. Quite a small map, so you don't have to worry about its really slow movement speed. So it is quite susceptible to being flanked. War continues to be waged over the centre victory point. At the same time, Giap's managed to sneak some Stern Pioneers over here to cap the right hand VP, but there is some Common Engineers doing the same thing for the left. Fallschirmjäger playing a bit of peekaboo in this garrison, but the garrison's going to go down shortly, so gotta be careful. ISG sitting in a nice position back here, just blasting away at all these troops. 21 kills now, and he got that quite late. Whoa. How did that even go down? 2 Shrek squads don't do enough damage to knock out the T-70 in one volley. Maybe it also took an infantry support gun shell. Mine goes off there from a few stray shots.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector. Enemy forces are attempting to capture our
I'm
territory.
really in a lot of trouble victory points wise, down to only 55 VPs.
We need to re-establish our supply lines.
He hasn't used much from his doctrine, to be honest, just shock troops and the one bombing run. As for Giap, I'm not sure. He's fielding another MG34, maybe just trying to hold on to these victory points, try to bleed Hama of his last remaining VPs. Is that a Maxim now? It is indeed. Try to cover the center VP, and that's actually a decent garrison for the Maxim, really. Obviously, actually taking quite a lot of damage. Supported by MG34. Oh, with a shoe mine there goes off. Almost wipes that conscript squad. Conscript's trying to get onto this P4's flank, maybe try to get an AT grenade on it, but it's on full health, so one AT grenade will not be enough. But SU-76 volley, uh-oh, P4's in trouble now. AT grenade goes off. Double SU-76 is pounding away at the P4. He's activated combat blitz, but he's still very, very slow. SU-76 combo coming in, and down goes the P4. So Giap's actually going for a Panther now.
Ready. Victory is slipping from our grasp. We have only 50 points remaining.
So the Panther should deflect a few more shells from the SU-76s off its frontal armour, but it won't be as effective against infantry. And he's down to just 39 VPs, and he doesn't have a single VP under his control at the moment. He's trying to cap the centre, pretty close to that, but doesn't have much time. Oh, nice use of fear propaganda. Forces one squad to retreat. The squad's continuously coming in and out of suppression and being pinned. Very inconsistent is fear propaganda. Shock troops trying to get around the side of this MG34. Hama's wise to that though, repositions it. They can still throw a smoke grenade and cover their assault, or maybe just throw a grenade here. They're very clumped up. May actually go down for this one grenade, almost do. Panther comes in for a crush, forces the shock troops to retreat. Massive AT grenades going off the Panther. Oh, he's caught it with his rear armor exposed to these two SU-76s. That crush maneuver went horribly wrong for Giap, and just like that, I think the Panther and the Panther 4 are going to go down to this pair of SU-76s. Oh no, this is a disaster. And that's exactly why Hama needed to get back in this game. Both of Giap's vehicles going down in quick succession. He's down to just 19 VPs left on the clock. But now you can see the superior army size. Giap's only at 55 to Hama's 85. Much larger army. Trying to keep the heat on the center VP, but you don't want to be losing your obers. Oh, he's out in the double SC-76 barrages. What is he doing? He just got wiped. That's 400 manpower down the drain there. That was a severe misplay from Giap. It seemed to be going pear-shaped for him right now. After such a strong start on this very tough map for the Axis players. Just have a bit of fuel in the bank, maybe thinking P4 next once more. Shock troops get around to the flank of that MG34, managed to steal that Rekenwerfer. So it's going to be a lot of AT in the hands of Hama, who's once more going for another quad mount, and that's going to help him keep control of these victory points. Needs that mobile suppression platform.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Frangible grenade tossed here to act as a smoke screen for these Fallschirmjäger to try and cap. At the same time, you see these communist units doing some capping here on the left, so don't believe any more bleed is going to be inflicted upon Hama's VPs, and those Fallschirmjäger can't afford to sit under double SC-76 barrage. Forced to retreat there. He doesn't want to lose that squad like he did his overs. Very expensive squads to lose.
Forces are capturing our supplies.
Looks like Giap's going to go for a mass Rekenwerfers, and that's not a bad idea. Maybe able to ambush these SC-76s. They'll go down very quickly. Probably slightly too risky to go for a P4 considering the large amount of anti-tank in Hama's arsenal right now. He's got 3 AT guns, 2 SC-76s, this Shrek squad, and quite a lot of conscripts for AT grenades, which can run around these corners in AT grenade vehicles very easily on this close quarters map. So Hama is now at his population cap, 100 of 100. Can't reinforce the squads any further. He's got just a huge army. Pretty much all of it camped around these two VPs. Can't afford to move too far away from them, otherwise could risk a ninja move from Giap. And oh no, he's going to lose his Rekenwerfer. I think he just set a really poor rally point on that. Now Hama's going to steal that one too. Oh man. Such a strong start from Giap, and now he's severely losing control of this game. Just a few careless plays really costing him here in the late game. Going for that crush with the Panther just really didn't pay off. I think that was the turning point in this match. At this stage it may actually not be a bad idea for Giap to take up to a mechanized regiment and go for a walking Stuka. Know how much infantry Hama has and how many team weapons he has. May actually be the best idea right now. Does have quite a lot of victory points still in the bank, so he can afford to stall for a bit, wait for that Hawking Stuka to vet up a bit. Schumann about to be detonated, yes. Takes down a few Rekenwerfer crew members. Giap's managing to keep a pretty firm hold on this left VP, but Rekenwerfers are on the prowl. Looks like they may actually go try and knock out the COH2 right now. Looks like conscripts are going to jump in the garrison and try to tank the fire from it. Rekenwerfers are going to try and finish the job. Whoa, Rekenwerfer gets one of the SC-76s. So that's a good win for Giap. At the same time though, COH2 is about to go down. He's actually fielded a Jagdpanzer.
Sector is at risk.
Not really necessary in my opinion. I think the Stuka would have been better. Only has the SC-76 and the quad mount to deal with. Both which would actually take quite a lot of damage from the walking Stuka. Fallschirmjäger being chased down by the M5 quad mount and Giap wiped there at long range. Another costly wipe for Giap.
Engineer standing by.
Oh, this MG34 sounds like it's got Fallschirmjäger in its crew, so don't want those crew members to go down. Very expensive team weapon to reinforce there. Now Hama's taking control of pretty much the entire map. Yep, pretty much pushed back into his base. Does have the Jagdpanzer on the field and he's trying to knock out the M5 quad. There are a few mines going down from Hama though, so that's going to prevent the advance from Giap, and it looks like Giap quit. Feeling the weight of all of Hama's, it's just vastly superior army, decides to call it a day. Definitely a costly maneuver there. He misplayed with his Panzer IV and his Panther, getting out of position in front of two SU-76s. And that was really the turning point. Very close to a victory though. An impressive early game. Did a really good job of holding onto the garrisons in the early game, and that seemed to be key. And Hama didn't go for a Molotov, so he had a hard time removing Giap from those garrisons. But in the end, a few lapses in concentration towards the end, and that really cost Giap the game. GG, well played by both players. And I'll wrap on that, guys.